There we go. Test, test, test. I can't believe this. Hey, violated sign. Long time no see. All right. Audio should be good. All right. I don't know what happened there. Well, there's two things that happened. One in Video Ninja, which I use for bringing in guests and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Michael, over on YouTube. I really got to say, I appreciate you telling me that because it's always nice when somebody tells you that instead of like 60 hours, 60 minutes later, and it's like, oh, I can't hear you. You've been busy, violated sign, eh? All good, all good. Yeah, I'm not sure why my mic was muted. But anyways, that's all sorted. Cool. I'm gonna put a note to do audio check anyways. I have most things automated in terms of like the live stream, but audio check still needs to be a manual thing, I think. Cool. All right. Anyways, you all heard me ramble on, or you didn't hear me ramble on for a couple minutes, but all I was gonna say was, and I gotta take my sweater off. I'm like overheating. One sec. Whew. Okay, much better. Yeah, so what you didn't hear me saying was basically, so I have this mini PC. So if we go back to the guest chat, you'll see I'm hanging with Darth Vader and my mini PC over there. So I work at a company called Pomerium now, and essentially it's a really good solution for securing your internal apps, or if you have a home lab, it's great too. Hey, how's it going, Alex? Good to see you. Um, it's not just login, it's something based off of zero trust principles, and there's like papers called the Beyond Corp paper. It's a new I'll drop this in the chat, but this is what it's based off of. And let me paste this in here. Now this could be a boring read for some people maybe, but essentially I'll kind of go into what it is. So like the history with zero trust security is Google had a breach, I think like mid 2010s. I can't remember what the breach was, but they had to basically rethink security. And so I think the breach happened on the inside. I don't remember. I got to look it up, but I can't remember what it was. But basically, the premise of being on like an internal network. So, like, if you've ever worked at a large company, or even if you haven't, your company might have like a virtual private network, a VPN. So, like, the idea with the VPN is you have access to the internet. You need to get access to like internal work stuff. You connect to the VPN, so you do a login there. Maybe there's multi-factor authentication. Like, regardless, once you log in, you're basically logged in until you're done. uh Perfect timing for you. Okay, I'm setting up Zanops on my home lab to expose from a website. Oh, cool. I've never heard of Zanops, but it's good to know. But yeah, honestly, I'd say give Pomerium a try. It's open source. We obviously have like enterprise, like we're a company, we want to make money, but the open source version is really great. There's also something called Pomerium Zero, which allows you to set it up even quicker. But getting back to the yeah, if you want violated sign, maybe we can hang and I can show it to you sometime, or maybe you'll just get enough from here. But the thing was with the VPN was like, okay, you're an employee at company X. It's always hard to say company X now because then people think that you're talking about Twitter or X, but you're an employee at company Y, we'll say. And the thing is, so you log into the VPN, and once you're logged in, you're basically online. You're like, you have access. You're basically trusted at this point. You logged on to the VPN, so the entire internal network is yours to have. Now, like obviously, most people aren't malicious users, so like, and people who aren't devs aren't going to be doing anything nefarious, but like The problem is, as soon as you log in with a virtual private network, is it really is just that you have access to everything that's on the network. Doesn't mean you can get to everything, but somebody who wants to hack things, they can go to any resource if they figure out things. Obviously, they still got to log in and stuff, and maybe there's social engineering, all kinds of things. But the point is like you're basically only checked once when you log into the virtual private network, and then or the VPN, and then that's it. You kind of have carte blanche to the network. You obviously have a role like when you log in with your work single sign on and stuff. Like I might be a dev, so it's like I can't access HR stuff for sure. But people hack things, and basically, if your internal network gets compromised at some point, it's kind of game over. And so the main point here is you can't assume that things are anybody that's on the internal network are trusted. You basically have to assume that there's bad actors in your network, and it's probably a reality these days. Whether it's state actors, who knows, maybe a disgruntled employee, I don't know, or somebody who's just hacking to just hack for the hell of it and destroy stuff, who knows. But the main point is you can't just assume trust because you're on that network now. And so Google did these Beyond Core papers that I dropped there. And also, hey, Nixia, good to see you, man. Um, so they created the Beyond Core papers, and it's basically rethinking security. And so the way it works is basically you verify every request. So literally every time somebody goes and does something, every request is checked. This is not the same thing as like once you're logged in, the one-time check. This is constant verification. And the other thing is Google just decided to say like, you know what? All our all these resources, they're gonna you don't need the virtual private network anymore. So like you can access them from the internet, but the thing here is you're gonna log in. Like say somebody sends you to, I don't know, some resource. Um, you might not know the other ones exist. Uh, Sorry, just reading what violated sign saying. Xanops is FOSS 2. I'm setting up because more of my high school friends are doing very dev stuff, and so I'm putting up a little machine deployment for them to use while learning. Cool, cool. Yeah, I should probably check it out just to see like what the competition is. But so no, it's not a DNS server. So what? Yeah, so this is what I was getting to. So in zero trust security, you basically have an identity aware proxy. So basically, the identity aware proxy is a few things. It's you've got the proxy itself, which is like, so like say I'm going to mysite.com slash, or no, let's say I'm going to internal tools.mysite.com. You're gonna go to that. So basically you're gonna request access here. It's going to hit the Pomerium proxy. This is called the identity aware proxy, the whole thing, but it's going to go here. It's going to go, okay, violated signs not logged in. Let's go to our identity provider. So just think of this as like, that's your login. So that could be anything. That could be like Google, GitHub, Auth0. It could be a bespoke thing. It could be Keycloak. It's whatever it is. But basically, that gets your login. It gets back here. And then, okay, so the parent proxy goes, okay, you're logged in. That's cool. You're trying to access internaltools.mysite.com. Let's go to the policy engine and see, what the policies are for this particular route you're trying to hit. So it's going to be like, okay, violated sign logged in with his mysite.com email. So he can access this. And so then you'll be allowed, and then you'll get forwarded to the actual internal service. And this is where it's different. So everything is always proxied through in the identity aware proxy to get to internal services. And this is the distinction. This is something I'm still working on explaining as a developer advocate, but like if we go back to the like, I'm on my internal network, I got access through the VPN. Okay. Uh, internaltools.mysite.com is available to me on the internal network, but so is like hr.mysite.com or like admin.mysite.com. And even if you don't necessarily have access to those, you can actually get to those actual services, the login pages of them maybe. And that's the big differentiation. So like with Pomerium or an identity aware proxy like Google's Uber proxy, or they also have in Google Cloud, they have a zero trust identity aware proxy as well. Thing there though is it's specific to Google Cloud. Here, I'll keep explaining in a sec, but violated signs saying so Nginx with an identity provider and machine traffic fingerprint. So it's actually using a battle tested CNCF project called Envoy for the proxy. The identity provider is whatever you decide. We have a default one that you can use, which is kind of like it's a Pomerium authenticate service, but you can kind of think of it as acting like a GitHub login where anybody on GitHub can log in through the GitHub identity provider. In terms of fingerprint, I don't know, but there's still like I'm still new to the security space too, so like there's definitely security in place here. I'm not sure what you mean exactly about finger. Like I know what fingerprinting is, but I'm not sure what you mean in that context there. But and you're saying, yeah, I love how crazy this is. How I pop in after months and you're working on exactly what I need right now. Yeah, honestly, I would strongly suggest just trying it. And there's there's a version like I'm going to be setting up with the FOSS version today, or depending, we'll see how far I get because talking a lot already, which is not a big deal. I'm going to be live streaming every mornings again now. Just I was traveling a lot for work. There is the FOSS version, which you're welcome to use for sure, and like that's what I'm going to get set up with here. But there is a product called Pomerium Zero, and it is a paid product. But if you sign up for it, you can get one cluster, which is think of like one like your home lab basically, and you don't have to pay for that. It's like you get up to 10 routes you can configure, which is probably decent enough for a home lab. The Pomerium Zero route is just a quick way to get up. Like you can get set up in 5 minutes, and if you're actually interested, violated sign, let me send it to you. Well, I'll post it in the chat regardless. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta take you off the list there. Violated sign Nightbot, which I configured like I think almost a year ago. It's never doing what I wanted to do. Um, Here's the link to Pomerium Zero, and basically let me log in because I have some examples here. Let's just log in with work. Uh, these aren't running right now, but essentially you can create some routes and you can create policies. So like for example, okay, this was a LLM securing LLM stream I did, but basically you can create a policy. So like for example, Pomeranian, that's us internally. So the policy here really is just anybody with the pomerium.com domain, anybody from there will be able to access it. You could also just say anybody that's an authenticated user. You can go into this more, but basically you configure routes and they kind of look like this. This isn't running right now because I've just made all kinds of changes, but let me zoom this out a bit. Let me zoom in. So essentially, because it's proxying, yeah, it's all in Go too. Yeah, yeah. Definitely check out the open source one. And like I said, if you can also try Zero if you want, you can literally get set up in like 5 minutes. It creates a certificate for you with like a funny name like this United Bluebird 5125.pomerium app, but you can also bring in your own domains too, and it's just quick to do. It uses Let's Encrypt to just basically register and stuff. um, But yeah, the whole premise is you proxy. And if I get back to what I was saying here is with the when you're on the VPN, you're on the entire internal network. Whereas with an identity aware proxy like Pomerium, you only have access to the proxy. You can never get to the internal apps unless you're logged in and you pass the policy checks. And like I said, it's constant verification. So hey Andrew, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Just talking a bit about zero trust this morning, Andrew, and I don't think I'm gonna get much set up today because like I've been talking quite a bit. But the idea is I got a mini PC. Work sent it to me just so because I've got to get a Kubernetes cluster set up and secured with Pomerium. But I'm also going to set up Pomerium for just other things too, like within my own network. So like I want to gate access through Pomerium with for like accessing my router. Like right now, I have a mobile app where I can access settings and stuff, and but I'd rather have it go through Pomerium because it's just more secure. Other things I'm gonna set up. These are all things long time coming. It's just I was traveling a lot for work, which is where if folks don't know Andrew in the chat on LinkedIn, you might not be able to see that. Well, you can see it in the chat on the stream actually. I met Andrew in Redmond at SRE Day Redmond. It's like just under a month ago. But yeah, the idea is I want to secure a bunch of stuff on my internal network. I want to put Pi-hole or there's something newer that's better, but basically ad blocker. I want to secure that so I can log in through Pomerium just to access the settings for that. Like obviously on my internal network, I can do that, but this is the other point about zero trust security is like you don't even want them to access it through the uh, like for example, whatever, like my router, if I want to access it through the IP, like I can configure it so that I can only go through a specific route. So that way, I always have to go through Pomerium to configure my router, and that's a difference where like even on the internal network, you still want to go like say you're on uh, well, you could be on a VPN still and still be using Pomerium because that's the other thing is zero trust can live within a VPN. It just means stuff backed by zero trust, whether it's Pomerium or any other identity aware proxy, is that part is going to be more secure, even if it's living on the VPN. Um, but it's just a point to bring up because, like, I think the reality is a lot of people are still going to be on VPNs for a while. Um, so Red Hat OpenShift would be a good demo. You mean in terms of securing it, Andrew? Yeah, I can take note of that. I know we do secure that. I haven't done a demo of it, but let me write that down. Redshift, OpenShift, secure. Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, because I'm newer to platform engineering and SRE, I can't even remember what Redshift is. uh, Visualize any Redshift metric. Redshift. What did you say? OpenShift. But OpenShift is a family of containerization software developed by Red Hat. Okay, yeah. Andrew used to work at Red Hat, so that makes sense. Okay, so you're saying like you could have a container platform on your internal network and you secure that. Is that what you mean exactly? I'll give Andrew a second to respond to that. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying, violated sign. Honestly, it's a pretty good way to secure a home lab as well. And the other thing is, it's not finished yet, but we have native SSH coming as well too. So if you need to do native SSH into things, there's that too. All right. I don't know if I finished explaining here, but yeah, the main difference is on a VPN, you have access to the whole network potentially, whereas with zero trust and an identity aware proxy, You only have access to the proxy, and you can only get to the internal stuff if you are logged in and the policy checks pass, and you're constantly verified every request. So that's the main difference, I would say. I hope that is clear. If it isn't, let me know, because part of my job is being able to distill this in a digestible manner for people. So, um, you know, I think the thing with security is security can be complicated and it can be hard to explain it sometimes. And like security and like ease of use are kind of at odds. Like I worked at McAfee at one point working on their password browser manager extension. So it's, very similar to like one password. Um, so like, you know, you want things to be super secure because that's the whole point, but you need to have good UX as well. And those things are kind of at odds, but that's also kind of why biometrics came into place, like doing a face ID or a thumbprint. That's a lot easier than, that's just better UX. Anyways, let's go to a bit of code here. So let me zoom this in. So I'm logged into my mini PC right now. Let me switch over to here. Oh, we got two Darth Vaders there. I don't need to. Hold on a sec. Where is that? Guest info, pairing cams, guest cam 2. I don't need a guest cam 2 today. There we go. Cool. All right, so Darth is going to hang with us. Now, let me zoom this in just because this is super tiny. Let me know if zoom-wise that's good. Also, I'm just going to check socials real quick. Also, just got to check something for work. Okay, where is my browser? Okay, cool. Let's see here. Just checking socials for a sec here. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. So let's do x.com. Cool. That's good. And let's just check Blue Sky real quick. Cool, cool. All right. Also, somebody's just dropping me something on Slack. Okay, no, that's something else. Okay, we're good. Okay, yeah. I think size-wise, this is good. So if we come back here, let's close this, or let's come back here. Where was it? So basically, I want to get Docker set up on the mini PC. So I already had a bunch of stuff that's already set up. So I don't need to set up the CA certificates. That's already there. I can run this whole thing though. So let's do this whole part first. So let's come over here. I got this from the Docker docs. It was just, I put it in ChatGPT because I was like, just checking that some stuff I already had installed. So let's run this and then let's do, oh yeah, this is on my mini PC now. Okay, so this is just okay, I don't know how to type. Oh yeah, I know what I did wrong. Okay, and that should be good. So this is just installing some prereqs. Oh, cool. That's nice. Yeah, I think not sure what was up. I don't know if you caught the stream yesterday, Ryan, but yeah, I was setting up stuff on my work computer, so that's why maybe. I don't have a multi-cloud demo at the moment, but this is basically a good use case for Pomerium. So like what I mean is, so like say you're just literally on Google Cloud, they have an identity aware proxy, and like even though I think Pomerium's awesome, it might make sense for you just to use the identity aware proxy on Google Cloud. But the thing is, most things are going to be multi-cloud these days mainly because of AI workloads, and like getting GPUs from other places, but also people just might have multi-cloud in general. So because Pomerium's FOSS, you're not locked into a specific platform, so it can be multi-cloud. Um, but that is, I'm just gonna take a screenshot of that, Ryan, because I think that is a good demo to do. Let me just capture the text there. Cool, cool. Seems like you can simulate with multiple Darth Vaders. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. I could bring two Darth Vaders on. Let me just add this to my notes. So just give me 1 second here. Not that I have anything super secret in my notes, but um, I don't want it opening on the main screen. So I'm going to bring it over here. Okay, let's go back. Cool. So I'm just going to add a new note, demo ideas. No, I think that is actually a great use case. Um, just have to figure out how to demo that well. I think that's the main thing. Uh, yeah, no, you can definitely. I have to see how that works exactly, because like I think you would put a Pomerium instance on each one. I think. I mean, you could. I'm gonna have to double check because like I'm literally like 3.5 months in, and there's still stuff I'm learning, and I'm still new to Kubernetes too. So the idea was on my mini PC here is I was gonna set up K3s and then lock in Pomerium on there. So you're saying multi-cloud on-prem are always great demos? Yeah, no, it's really, really good ideas. Uh, Currently learning about McDonald's. What about what about McDonald's? Like how they make the secret sauce? Or are you talking about how they leverage Kubernetes? Oh, commercial break. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah. For the people on Twitch, you have a commercial, I guess. Let me just put this in. Yeah. Um, yeah. Great ideas here. Okay. Just getting this is really great feedback, by the way. Hey, how's it going, David? That's my friend David over on LinkedIn saying hello. If anybody is looking for an experienced engineering leader or someone who knows Go really well, David is currently open for new opportunities. So if you want to hit up David, and I will shamelessly plug his profile. So I'm pretty sure we're connected on LinkedIn, David. If we're not, this will be pretty embarrassing for me, but uh, we are. Cool. All right. So I'll just go ahead and, well, you know what? Let's leave you on the jumbo. So I'll just paste this here. Yeah. For anybody interested, uh, like I said, he's looking for, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, David, but you're definitely open to IC roles. You have a lot of experience with Go and like that whole world, but you've also been in engineering leadership. Anyways, that's his profile I dropped there. Also here. So for anybody interested, check it out. Uh, all right. What's going on in my? Okay. David Alpert commented on your post. Let's see what David's saying. Okay. Thi- This is the funny thing. I don't know if anybody else has this issue with LinkedIn. Um, Chick-fil-A uses K8s. Good to know. I'll get to some K8 story in a sec. Um, I don't know if anybody else has this issue. Well, I guess if you don't live stream, you might not run into this issue, but you're gonna see me do it here. I'm gonna say thanks for joining, peeps, and I guarantee you this is gonna say failed to post comment. There we go. This consistently happens for me, and it's only when I live stream on my own live stream on LinkedIn. Like if I'm watching somebody's LinkedIn live and I comment, it's fine. It's only my own, and like I contacted their support. I basically did all the classic stuff, cleared all my app data, like cookies, session data, everything. I think it worked once after that, and then it just failed again. So, anyways, hey, how's it going, Eddie? Good to see you. All right, so we're kind of we've been talking a lot, which is good. Um, let's see here. Let's come back to Ghosty. So I don't necessarily need, well, I will need Docker. So basically, I set up some prereqs for it. And let me go to back to ChatGPT here. I literally pulled this from the Docker docs. Now I just want to see here. Um, so essentially here now we're just going to, I think this just adds the Docker stuff to apt. So let's go ahead and run that. Cool, that's good. And now if I run Docker, okay, now I can install it. Yeah, that's the next thing I got to do. Um, let's see here. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I know some Docker. There's just a lot of new things I'm learning, which doesn't bother me, but it's like I'm not an expert in any of these things yet. So I'm sure I'll have silly questions, and I'm sure there's some people like David or Andrew or yourself, Violated Sign, in the chat that probably know way more about it than me. Okay, so let's just go to Ubuntu server, install Docker, because I don't need ChatGPT for this, but this is basically where I was. Let me zoom this in. Can I minimize that? No. All right. Okay, so I've done all of that. Yeah, so I did all these checks. So now I just need to install the latest version. So, okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And we'll see what it looks like in a sec here. Let's go back to Ghosty. If folks haven't heard of Ghosty, it's a really great terminal client. All right. So this is going to run and install Docker and the Docker CLI. I don't know if I need all those things, but let's just go for it for now. Cool. Yes, I am sure. Cool. Things are happening, so I look like I'm in the Matrix right now. So that's cool. Uh, I don't know Terminus, but Ghosty's the person that founded HashiCorp is the creator of this, I believe. Okay, so that's all good. Let's clear that. Do I have Docker now? Yes, I do. Cool. Clear. All right, now, okay, let's do the test. I have Docker, obviously, but okay, unable to find image hello world latest locally pulling hello from Docker. Cool. All right, now if we do Docker PS, permission denied. Interesting. Why do I have permission denied? Okay. You now have successfully. Okay. This I will go back to Chat GPT and ask. I get. Boo, doo, doo, doo. I know it's a permissions issue. I just don't know why. Install these things with sudo. So I don't know if that's the reason, but like this is from the docs. Uh, very common right after installing. By default, only the root users in the Docker group can access the Docker daemon. Right now, your user nicotine line is not yet. Okay. Cool. You need to log out and log back in or reboot. Okay, cool. That's fine. Now, I guess that makes sense. Okay, I don't need that whole stuff here. Hold on a sec. All right, let's do this. I only really need this. So here, let's just see. User should be me. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to log out. Okay. Now let's go back in. Mini is just an alias I have, so I already have my SSH keys set up and stuff, so it just logs me in. Okay, so now let's try Docker PS. Okay, cool. Now we're golden. All right. Cool, cool. Just catching up on the chat. Are you running? Yeah, I'm running Ubuntu server violated sign. I went with I guess like I know there's all kinds of flavors. There's CentOS. I always called it CentOS, but people seem to call it CentOS. Um, there's Debian, there's Bluefin from George Castro, who's at the CNCF. Yeah, yeah, no, it's a permissions issue, David. So like Docker, the Docker daemon by default only root can access it. So I just added my user. Um, just for convenience. I could obviously run it as sudo, but that seems kind of annoying. Um, Violated sign sent. I've had Docker install issues in Debian, Ubuntu, LTS. The funny thing is, like, this is kind of a nitpick, but install Docker on Ubuntu server. Let's go back there. Well, let me read down further. That's not what I wanted. I want the official docs. Yeah, okay, cool. So I did all the steps here and I installed it. I did the hello world. You see here right away that it runs with sudo docker. Um, I guess the question I have for the platform engineers is, like, obviously we want to go with least privilege. So by default, Docker access was only available through root. If you're, I guess that makes, well, I guess it depends. Like you probably, if you have a C in your CI/CD pipeline, you probably have a specific user to run Docker if you need to. I don't imagine you're running root when you're doing those things, but I'm surprised they don't have something. Maybe this is just me not knowing something, but I feel like if I was just setting this up, there should be a follow up which just says, add your user, or at least a note about it. Obviously, it was just something super easy to fix, but that's something I would have expected in the docs. Yeah, so I'm on Ubuntu server. I didn't even bother with Ubuntu desktop because there's there's a whole slew of things that I want to learn. One, hey, how's it going, Esty? Good to see you. uh One of the main things is I know some Linux commands, but like there's still a million things I don't know. So like I don't want to be doing this through the UI. Also, if I'm live streaming, uh I don't like, I do have a monitor attached to the mini PC because it dual boots. I've got Windows on there too, but if I'm live streaming, I don't want to switch to the other monitor. Like, it's a KVM built into my monitor. I don't want to switch to the monitor view of the mini PC because, like, all I'm really doing is terminal commands. So, like, SSHing in makes more sense, and just trying to, get better at all that stuff. Yeah, it's just kind of interesting times, just learning all this new stuff. It's it's one of the reasons why I took the role. Like, I consciously decided to go into this space, but there's still a lot I'm learning. So any tips anybody has, feel free to share. Yeah, so I got things finally set up properly. SD, like SD was on the live stream yesterday. So like I was mentioning at the beginning when nobody could hear me because of my audio, um, basically I usually live stream NikkiT.live on my personal computer, when I have guests and stuff. But I'm doing a lot of work stuff where I want to live stream it. It doesn't make sense to do it on the Pomerium YouTube channel. Like, I do guests live streams on there, and I'll have more polished content there. But this is really NikkiT.live. Aside from me having my own guests for other stuff, it's really just my playground to mess around with stuff, mess up, and so on. Andrew's saying free IPA/IDM or Microsoft ad for identity management. Okay. Uh, is that uh, what is this? Let me look this up. At first, I thought you meant you were getting an ad on Twitch, but you're on LinkedIn. So, okay, yeah. Entra. Oh, whoops. I wrote REPA. Yeah. So we do have you can use Entra with Azure AD with Pomerium, and I'm not positive if it's a enterprise feature or not, but you can also like you get tokens through the Azure CLI. You can use those for login so that basically you don't have to do the interactive login because that token you get from the Azure CLI is like you or or whoever you logged in is, I think. Also, yeah, ST's saying, I'm glad all is set up. I really like Darth Vader in the mini PC. Yeah, I just popped that up there. That's my old webcam. So I was like, I might as well just point it at something. So yeah, Darth's going to hang with us. I have other people. I also have this angry puffin from Newfoundland, if anybody noticed that. Um, I do have some other action figures. I should probably let me go get them. Yeah, I think it's in here. Hold on a sec. Oh yeah, I've got, I think it's the Flash. I can put the Flash in here as well. Let me see if I can get him in there. There we go. We got Flash and Darth. Let's go update that. Where the heck is my, gotta update Flash and Dart. Where did you go? Is it there? No, no. Oh yeah, it's here. Okay. Let's go back. Let me just go update. Control room. And we'll say Darth Vader, the Flash, and mini PC. There we go. All right, cool. There we go. He's got a buddy now. All right, let me put that back. Oh, there's another lightning bolt for the Flash in here, but we'll fix that later. Let me put that over there. So we haven't made much progress yet, but that's okay. So like the thing I'm wondering now is I am gonna set up Pomerium, but I'm probably gonna do it from source code, I think. Because oh, thanks, AU as well. What was I gonna say? I'm probably gonna install Pomerium from source and run it. I just have to. I'm trying to think here. If I'm running it from source, because I want this to run as a service, like I want Docker to be up, but like I want it to be the latest source code because as we get new things, I need to try them. So there's that. I'm wondering what's best in this scenario. But anyways, let's go ahead and open up my script here. So let's do open up Windsurf here, and this should be it. Okay. So there's a few things here. Let me get some more real estate. Okay, let's close that. So, all right. I remember it showing up on my feed at some point. Use you now a penis, bro? You serious? Hey, Rusian. The mini PC isn't for the live stream. The like in terms of my machine I'm using. The mini PC is gonna be. I'm gonna be setting up Pomerium and some other services on there. I just kind of wanted to show you what like the oh, and I just showed my signing key, but it's only for local development. But basically, there's some things you want to set up. So like with Pomerium, it's like I said, it's identity-aware proxy. So you basically have from and to. So this is where you want to go to, and this is where it actually goes to your internal service. And I can kind of show that running locally. That this won't be on the mini PC, but I can kind of show this. So um, let me just open this up and clear. Actually, let's go into Ghosty. Where'd you go, Ghosty? Okay, let's open up a new tab here and let's do dev work pom scripts config. So I basically have this script that starts Pomerium. So it's going to do a few things. It's going to set up Pomerium, sets up Postgres for like we use that's for the enterprise console. There's a few things it's setting up. I basically did this. Is a Mac Mini? Oh no, it's not a Mac Mini PC. Sorry, I misunderstood your question, Rusian. Um, yeah, it's a mini PC. It's like from Minis forum. But no, my actual work computer is a Mac OS, MacBook Pro. The mini PC is kind of like a playground, but also stuff for like my home lab I'm setting up. Uh, can I tell you? Can I tell you the specs of this mini PC? I'm not sure if you want me to tell you the specs of the mini PC, but essentially it's I think it's a Ryzen 7 chip. It's got half a gig of hard disk, 32 gigs of RAM, USB ports, ETH, all that stuff. Okay, so I have Pomerium running here now. This is on my local. This isn't the mini PC. It's just I don't think we're gonna get to that today. So I just kind of wanted to show this. So if we go to verify, okay, so I'm already logged in. So you can see here, this is just a app for basically showing the claims that I have in my token. Okay, Rusian saying, oh man, me too. I have a minis forum UM780 Pro with Ryzen 9. Oh, nice. I think that's better than me. I have, what is it? I have, this is part of the Elite Mini series. I'll find the app. Whoops. I can find you the exact model. Give me one sec here. I'll just off screen. I'll go into Amazon for a second. Just so you can see the exact specs. I'm pretty happy with it so far, though. Where is it? There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's this guy here. Let's do this. Don't need that. And actually, let's open up incognito. So this is it here. I don't have it on that stand because it's just sitting under my thing. But if you're curious, Rusian, this is the actual one I have. Yeah, so the one I have, it's a Ryzen 7, 32 gigs of RAM, DDR5, half a gig. Sorry, not half a gig, half a terabyte. Half a gig would not be enough. So yeah, half a terabyte SSD. So yeah, shout out to Pomerium for sending that to me so I can mess around with stuff. But yeah, well, I'm gonna be putting a bunch of things on here. So like, there's gonna be Pomerium for my internal apps in my home lab, but I'm also gonna have a Kubernetes cluster on here with stuff I need to test. So there's a few things that are gonna go on here. So and I'm sure I'll have some other demos and stuff. Oh, you have a Pi 5 cluster, yeah. I got sidetracked before, but people were talking about like where Kubernetes is installed. So like Ryan was saying McDonald's, somebody said Chick-fil-A, maybe it was Ryan too. But it was interesting when, because I was at KubeCon EU in London a couple months ago, and working at the booth, we're meeting. Yeah, I can take a peek, Rusian. Work paid for this. That's Canadian dollars though, not I'm in Canada, so that's not American. Hey, Expose, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us from the Philippines. Yeah, there's just gonna be a bunch of stuff on there, and I'm also gonna be using it for demos. So that's why it's a pretty decent machine, I think. I'll probably also put on like, where is it? Let me go to cfe.dev. Let's go to talk show. So for folks who aren't aware, I actually do a talk show called cfe.dev. But I'm trying to find the past one. Where is it? Not this one. No. Oh yeah, here. So I did a live stream on the CFE Dev channel. If you want to check that out, and basically I secured local LLM with Pomerium. So that's essentially that was using Open Web UI and Olama. So I feel like most people probably have heard of Olama, but if you haven't, Olama is something to definitely check out if you want to run models locally. I'll just pop that here. Let's pop that. Yeah, so like well, the price that you saw there anyways, that's the new price. It was basically, I think, after the exchange, like for my expense, I think it's like 500 500 US, I think. Yeah, exactly. Olama and Open Web UI is your own chat GPT. Totally. So if you want, you can catch that live stream. That's where I just show you securing it with Pomerium. So that's a nice thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, the thing, I won't be doing any gaming on it, but thanks for Rusian. The Yeah, the thing, what was violated sign saying? Yeah. So the nice thing is you can put Open Web UI with Olama, which running on your own computer, that you can just use locally. But if you want to access your own chat GPT remotely, I secured it with Pomerium, and I have to get all this stuff back up and running on my work machine because, or on the mini PC, I should say, because a lot of these demos I did and then I tore them down. But these are all things that like I actually want to use. So like, um, if you look at Open Web UI, not open source, which is awesome where I used to work, but basically, I can probably spin this up real quick actually. So this is Olama. Check that out. Yeah, I could try. I'm more of a, I don't play a lot of video games, but I feel like I would probably put like an emulator for like Super Mario and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Hey, violated sign. Yeah, if you want to come on and talk about your AI stack sometime, you can pop on the morning sometime. Let me zoom this in here, and we can just actually run this. I can actually install this on the mini PC, actually, probably. So, okay, I don't have Olama yet on that computer. Open UI bundled with. Oh wait, I want to see. Does that machine have a GPU? I don't think it does. Hold on a sec. Uh, where is it? Where did I put the link to the Amazon? Oh, I didn't realize your mini PC is your work machine, Essie. That's pretty cool. Where did I pop the Amazon link? Uh, all right, you know what? I'll just go find it where I had it elsewhere. One sec. There we go. Let's get it back. And let's go to ChatGPT real quick because I'm lazy. Let's just do a new. Does this mini PC have a GPU? This mini PC does GPU. Okay. All right. Perfect. That's all I needed to know. Okay. Let's go back. Terminus gang. Oh, sorry. I'm seeing the old chat. You play all games at medium low graphics without any problems, and I get a steady 100 frames per second without reaching 7 degrees. Nice. That's cool. Okay, so yeah, so I wanted to talk about Open Web UI because I brought it up, but let me just check in on work. Cool. Just got a reminder of something. Let me just pop that in. Remind me about this in 3 hours. Thank you, Slack. Okay. Um, yeah. Okay. So what I was saying, yeah. So I just wanted to check that that machine has a GPU. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, and let's go to the first tab here, and let's clear. All right. So what this is gonna do is this is gonna run Open Web UI and Olama. So let's just, okay, it's not going to find it. It's going to pull it down. So what this is going to do is this is going to install Open Web UI and Olama locally on the mini PC. I'm going to need to, we'll look at Olama real quickly because I want to pull down some models. So if I go to another tab here, Olama list, this is on my work machine. So we want to grab some of these. So let's see here. I'll probably grab the Quen 32 billion one. And let's go back to here. That's still going. We'll give that a second. Okay. So let's do Olama. Okay, did it not find it? Let's see, what did that do? Docker PS. Okay, wait. Okay, with GPU support, why did it not run it? What did it say? Error response from Daemon cannot select device driver with capabilities GPU. Okay, so maybe there's something wrong. Let's just go CPU only for now. Response. Okay, yeah. Docker. Is it list? No. Docker rm open rm open web UI, I think. Maybe Ansible the demos. I could do that too. I'm gonna just take note of that, Andrew. Just putting all these ideas for potential demos. All right, cool. That's good. All right. All right, cool. That's good. And let's just get rid of Olama too. What was it called? Okay, I think it should be good now. Let's just try this again. Docker PS. Okay, it's already running. Okay. So curl HTTP local host. What is starting? Oh, there we go. Cool. It's running now. Okay, clear. Okay, so that's running on the mini PC. So if I go to HTTP mini me 3000. Okay, so this is running off of the mini PC right now, but this is Open Web UI. Now, like obviously, it's not secure right now. It's running on its local host. I'm just accessing it this way, but this is something I would secure with Pomerium. But let's just do this. Let's just say Nick. Yes, I'm okay with that. Yes. Sure. All right. Cool. And I'm gonna create a min account, and then so now this is I don't have any models. Yeah. But essentially this is open web UI, and all of a sudden this is the chat, everything. So this is kind of like your own chat GPT. This is what I would secure with Pomerium on the mini PC. So like we will do that eventually. I just want to get back to the mini PC though, and w- let's see here. I'm just wondering if Olama is running in the container. So do I need to go in the container? Let's see here. Hold on a sec. Docker PS. Open web UI, Olama. Yeah. So what's the command to get into the shell again? Docker sh. What is it? Docker sh into machine. What is it? Docker exec. Oh, that's it. See, these are the things that aren't muscle memory for me yet. Yeah, Docker exec it, and then the container name, is it that whole long thing? Or wait, hold on a sec. Let me zoom out. Okay, I just want open web UI. Okay, yeah. Open web UI. Uh, Bash, right? No. Yeah, the container name seems to be okay, but let's see. Options, container. I mean, I can use the ID, but let's do that. 78366 4C68 FBA. Bin bash. Okay, cool. I should have access to. Okay, there. I have Olama in there. So Olama list. So we got nothing. So we want to do Olama pull. And what was the one I had here? Let's go with, you can do Code Llama latest. Whoops. Let's pull that in, and we'll get another one. Let's grab Quen25 coder. We'll just pull those two down, and then I'll refresh, and you should see the models available. I really suggest using Portainer. It's an easy to use interface to exec, check logs, etc. Right, cool. Love getting all these tips. Thanks, man. I will go ahead and add that to my notes. Look at there. Cool, cool, cool. All right, and even gives you app templates. Cool. All right, that's good. Let's do Olama pull. And nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Olama pull. And we want this one. Let's do Quen2 coder. Did it again, forgot the space. Okay, while that's running, let's go back to the browser. And if I refresh, okay, see now I have Code Llama available. I'll have Quen available too. So let's see here. Implement a doubly linked list in TypeScript. I'm having trouble typing today. So just want to reiterate what's happening here. This is running off my mini PC. I'm going to secure it. And then all of a sudden, I have my own free chat GPT. Now, this is great for like if you're local or even if you're connecting remotely. It's obviously not the same as like, these big models, but for a lot of stuff, it's really good. And I think it's good to, you know, mix things up. If you don't have to go out to some cloud to just do some regular AI stuff, use it locally. Why not? So you can see here. So this is actually working. So doubly linked list. So um, haven't done this in a while from university, but yeah, same idea. Yeah, well, the thing is that you don't have to secure it if it's on your own machine, um, necessarily. But if I want to access this, like if I'm not at home and my mini PC's running, I can still access it. So that's why I wanted to secure it. But yeah, yeah, if you're literally just running it on your computer, like on your laptop, and it's not exposed to the internet, then yeah, that's a fair assessment, SC. Um, uh, okay, so anyways, that's working. I'm gonna refresh, and we should have. Okay, I don't have the other model yet, so I'm guessing it's still downloading. Yeah, still going. I'll put some others on after maybe, but so basically, this is running on the mini PC, and like I said, we can secure it with Pomerium. So we got like 10 minutes. I mean, it's not that big a deal if I go over, just seeing what else I got. No, we're good. I can go over. That's okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Just gonna check socials real quick. Um, and I just gotta check some work stuff. Yeah. Okay, that's good. All right. Sorry, just checking a couple things here. No, that's not. Okay, cool. That's good. I just wanted to check on socials real quick. Okay, that's good. We good. All right, cool. Lots of people on LinkedIn saying stuff. Cool. All right, let's get back to it. I'm happy to be live coding again. All right, cool. So it just pulled down the other one. So now if we come over to here and refresh, I should have two models. So I've got and you can add more and stuff. Now, the I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should have pulled down the 32 billion one because that might come to a grinding halt on the mini PC. But let's see. I'll know right away. Um, Okay, so you can see here, and like it's similar interface. So we get there's no projects, but you can get your chat conversation there. So let's do a new chat, and I'll ask the same question actually. Let's actually copy. Where is it? There we go. And let's go back to here, and not with Code Llama. Let's do Quen. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it, Essie. Yeah, no, it's like after open source, for context, who people might not know, I used to work at a place called Open Sauce. We got acquired by the Linux Foundation, which was cool. Unfortunately, a bunch of us didn't go along for the ride, including myself, like pretty much most of the engineering team, except for one person. But still proud of what we did there, and it's cool that we got acquired by the Linux Foundation. But after that, I was off for like 2.5 months, and oh, thanks, violated sign. So off for 2.5 months, which initially was like I was a little bummed out at first that I wasn't going to the Linux Foundation. But then after that, it honestly it was kind of nice being off for 2.5 months. Obviously had saving, so I didn't have to worry about money or anything. I did some contract work for a bit because I was bored. But as job search, big ups to my network for helping me out. But like during that whole time, I wasn't really doing any live coding. And then I started at Pomerium, and pretty much like any job I start, it's always like baptism by fire. It's just go, go, go. And it's good. And it's really great. I'm loving it there. Um, but started off like first month doing a lot of stuff and then ended up traveling. So like I think from like end of like late March to like mid-April, I was traveling. I was in like London, I was in San Francisco, and then in Redmond where I met Andrew. So things kind of settled down again, and then but we had a release and stuff too, and finally just getting into like I still stream with guests on NikkiT.live. It's just I basically hadn't had a chance to get back into live coding. So it's kind of nice because with work stuff, like I need to learn stuff and mess around with it. So this is perfect. So yeah, I plan on doing this realistically probably every morning, Monday to Friday. I think Friday I might do it in the afternoon just because of some meetings, but basically I'll be streaming at least 4 times a week, and it's gonna be probably 9:30 or 10 a.m. Eastern time. So yeah, so appreciate everybody coming to hang. But yeah, rip switching jobs, violated sign, but honestly, it's all good. Um, the other thing is like I did a lot of front end at open source, which is fine, and like I'm good at that stuff, and I enjoy it. But I've been purposely like starting to do some Go at work, try to work on a bit of infra. So like it's kind of funny if you look at it because like people would be like, oh, you were like a full stack dev leaning into front end, and now you're doing security and infra. It's like probably not what most people would expect, but I don't know. It's a good opportunity. It's something I wanted to get into anyways. So like, YOLO, just go with it. I'm always happy to get out of my comfort space. So, anyways, um, but yeah. So yeah, just to kind of wrap up, if you don't have Open Web UI yet, I strongly encourage you to just set it up on your machine. Still leverage ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you're using too. But this is a great option, especially like if you're coding somewhere where there's no internet and you need some kind of AI. That's also useful. But it's just another alternative or something to complement your existing AI tools. Now, I have a feeling I'm gonna just go ahead and request prompt here. I think this is going to bring my machine to a grinding halt because I didn't realize when I installed it, it's the 32 billion, not the 7 billion. So yeah, so like I thought, I think it came to a grinding halt. So I'm going to click stop there, and it'll finish at some point, but at least that's on my mini PC. Uh, oh, interesting. It is responding, but you can see it's super slow. So I don't think having the 32 billion. I didn't mean to do that. I think there's a sort of 7 billion. Let's see here. Uh, Quen Coder 7 billion model. Okay, there is one. Okay. Uh, okay, so let's try the 7B one. Okay, let's do that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why the GPU didn't work because like if we do mini, because I'm just trying to see here. Okay, so you see the memory usage is up pretty high right now because of the whatchamacallit, because of the 32 billion. But yeah, I wonder maybe the GPU I have to tweak it a bit in terms of like the Docker command. Um, okay, let's see. Where was I? Okay, so we want to get the 7 billion one. 25 coder, 7 billion. So let's try that. Okay, so let's do Olama list. Let's do Olama. I think it's RM Quen 2.5 coder 32B. Quen 2.5 dash. Oh, don't know how to spell. All right, cool. So let's delete that. It's a pain. I've only done it once when deploying Olama to Lambda cloud rendered GPU server. Gotcha. Yeah. I have a feeling because this one, it was using, I think just generic GPU, like pick whatever, but like there's clearly something I have to look into with the mini PC and setting it up. But okay, so let's do the 7 billion. Okay, it's not found. Okay. Let's see. Olama Quen Coder 7 billion. Okay, it's there. Okay, it's just Quen 2 Coder. Oh, maybe I must have spelt it wrong, maybe. I wonder if 14 billion could be okay, maybe? Let's see here. I think 14 billion might work. Let's try it. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Sorry. I'm silly. I need to pull it, not it can't remove it because it doesn't exist. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 14 billion. So I'll leave that there. I didn't allocate anything specifically to Docker. We could look at the command actually. Let's go to, yeah, see, I wonder if this here, if I zoom in, it says GPUs all, so like maybe that can't be that generic. Maybe it's got to be something better, but I don't see anything specific for allocation for Docker in there. Is there a way to check in? Well, I'm sure there is a way, but in Docker violated sign. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. GPU driver minis forum. It's not gonna work well. I'll just go into chat Jupyter. All right, cool. And GPU driver minis forum missing for Ubuntu server. Okay, common issue. Okay, good call. Thanks for calling that out. Violated sign. Uh, okay, sometimes. Okay. All right. Let's just open up. Okay, let's. Okay, that's good. Let me get out of here. All right, VGL advanced micro devices. Okay, let's got something. Let's see what it says. Oh, it's still going. Hold on a sec. You should see. Okay, or okay. Okay, let's see here. Let me just put this. Already loaded and working. Okay. That's good. Okay, so let's see here. If that's the case, all right. Let's see here. That's great. Why can't I use a GPU with this then? Is it a ROCm driver issue with AMD iGPUs? I have no idea, uh, JCC Palmer, but I can ask. And also, thanks for joining the stream. Okay, this flag is only supported out of the box for NVIDIA GPUs plus NVIDIA Container Kit. Okay. Right. Oh, and I think you're on to something JCC Palmer. Rock M, AMD's stack not supported well on Rembrandt though. Okay. How to do it properly with AMD GPUs. Okay, let's move this over here and let's move this over here. Let's get some real estate and let's run, where was that? Okay. All right, so I get card one. Okay, so that looks good. You want render D120 instead of GPLs. Use okay, interesting. Drivers that gives the container access. No need for. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Okay, so let's try that. Nice. Okay, so I need to do Docker stop. Why is that not stopping? Let's just do open web UI. Isn't it open dash web UI? Sorry. Okay. So, yeah. So why did okay, wait. Docker stop open web dash UI. Why is it not liking that? It is Docker stop, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. 78664. I don't know why it's not taking the name. Still learning all the Docker stuff. No such container, really. Docker PS. Name is Open Web UI. So what? 3. There we go. Stopping that. Give that a second. Yeah, I'll definitely use the Docker Compose after. This is just a quick thing to get it running, but yeah, long term, I'll definitely use a Compose file because I also want to just persist the Olama models I pull down too, or sorry, the models. So I want those to persist across Docker restarts and stops. So open dash web UI. Cool. All right, now let's paste this in. Okay, so this in theory should use my driver. Okay, good. We're in business, so that's good. So, uh, chat, what do you think? If I'm using the GPU now, do you think I could use a 32 billion model? Um, PS. Okay, that's running. Still starting. Cool. Ask it for Docker. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, 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 yeah. I might as well get it to do the work right now. That works now. Create a Docker Compose file instead for all of this and allow a volume to persist through stops, restarts for models installed for Olama. There we go. Cool. Let's see what it gives. Yeah, this is a lot better. Cool. Yeah, I want to persist in volume exactly. Okay, there we go. Models can persist open new web data. That's good. Okay, and the image is with Olama. Okay, cool. All right, so that's good. All right, so let's copy that and let's just see this working. Okay, that's all good now, but let's just get rid of it. And one question I had is like, can you not do Docker stop with the name of the container? It always has to be the ID because I tried the name before and it didn't work. F6FD9B. These were auto completing the other time, but 28. Oh, I don't know how to spell. F6. Names are always iffy for me. Okay. 28 F6 FD 9B 12C5. Cool. It's weird. That's good to know though that it's finicky with names because the only thing I'm wondering is like I had to do the container ID for the stop, but why is it fine for removing it? Anyways, all right. I'm in my root, so let's do I don't know, let's make dir p and we'll just say like open web. Oh, I don't need dash p. I'll just put it here for now, or let's do, I guess, dev. Sure. Let's do dash p. All right, and then let's go vi dev open web UI compose.yaml escape. All right, and let's do compose up. Hold on a sec here. Tzsh config. What is my config for? I have a shortcut for. Okay, yeah, dash D. Sorry. There's still stuff. It's not muscle memory for me yet. Yeah, no, compose definitely makes sense. I just wanted a well, one, I was just originally just demoing the open web UI, and then once we got the whatchamacallit, it working with GPUs, that was all good. All right, cool. Dash D. Okay, and Docker PS. Okay, we're good there. So let's come. Um, let's see, Docker exec. Oh wait, I want to install McFly. What's the command again? Side note, but I do have a newsletter if anybody's interested. It's just like dev tips. It's just one tip a week.com if I can spell. And I have one for, it's a tool I use, McFly. I installed it with Brew, but also, hey, Lady Blue Notes, good to see you. It's been a minute. Lady Blue Notes over on Twitch is part of the Astro Core team for anybody that likes the Astro Web framework. So say hey. Where is my McFly? Oh, it's the next page. That's why. Here we go. So I find this tool super handy. Why did I say Astro Lady Blue Notes? Sorry. They're both great, but sorry, I meant Solid JS. Here's the one for setting up McFly. This tool is super handy. I'm not on a Mac on the mini PC, so I just want to see, did I not put a link to it to install it? Oh no, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Here, it's super cool project. It's just good search history. Install. I guess I could install Rust on that machine too. But hold on a sec. I don't need to get latest. Hold on a sec. I went too far. Installation. No, not on Brew. Install with Mac ports. No. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Curl, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I really like McFly. So let's just go ahead and paste that. And where is this going to install it? I don't. Don't think it would install it in there, but let me just, I'm paranoid. Okay, so cannot, uh, okay, bin McFly to use no such file or directory. Okay, hold on a sec. Permissions is always, do I need to set permissions for this? You know what, I'll set this up later, but Uh, we're not doing Pomerium right now, Lady Blue Notes. I got sidetracked. I was talking about Pomerium, and we were actually just showing Olama running with Open Web UI on my mini PC. So let's actually go back there. So the reason why we went to go to McFly was for Docker uh, exec it open dash web UI slash bin bash. I think that was it. Yeah. All right. So Olama pull, and we got to go back here. Uh, Quen coder, boom. Did it again. Forgot to put the space. Cool. 14B. We'll let that pull down. So yeah, in terms of Pomerium setup, Sarah, it's basically I'm just installing some apps and we'll secure them. But I'm kind of wrapping up because I've got meetings. Wait, a lot of it was chit chat at the beginning, which is all good. Um, but I'll be back again online tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming either 9:30 or 10 a.m. Eastern, pretty much most days except Friday. It's gonna be a different time. I got to figure that out still because of meetings. But so, all right. So we do have this still running. So like if I go back to, let me just close a bunch of stuff here. Cool. I just heard a little bleep somewhere and I don't know what it is. What the heck is that? Uh, I don't have a meeting or anything. I had a random bleep noise. Maybe it's LinkedIn. I have no idea. Where is it bleeping from? Nope. I don't know where that beep came from. Let's see here. Is this all of the no? Is your mini? So it's a mini PC. Yeah. I still have a Raspberry Pi because, like, for a bit of context, I needed the mini PC because for work demos, I have to set up a Kubernetes cluster, but I also have the Raspberry Pi here. That will get set up with stuff at some point too. That just got kind of delayed. Uh, yeah, so basically, I'm in 32 billion model is probably not good. We had it running, but it was like super slow. So I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this. I'm gonna have to do the setup again, which is fine. And let's just do Nick. Then here, okay, and cool. So we don't need to save that. Okay, so I don't have any models. Okay, I got the Quen 14 billion now, so that's good. So let's just see here. Implement binary search in Go. All right, so this is running off the GPU now, so it's not going to be like blazing fast, but it's answering a lot quicker than it was before. So actually, this is pretty decent. And if we go and check memory usage, if we come here, let's see how much memory. So it's using about half the memory, whereas before we were up to I think 78%. So that's pretty decent. It's not moving super fast, but this is still pretty responsive for 14 billion. I'm also going to install the 7 billion one though, because why not? Let's see here, and let's just do 7 billion. And hey, what's up, smiley face? What is the impossible quiz? Violated sign. Do you have one? Yeah, yeah. Violated sign has a pi cluster, I think. Okay. So there's that, and I wanted to grab. Uh, I'll get the code llama latest, I guess. Yeah. Let's see what else. Quen 2.5. Oh yeah. Let's get the Quen. Quen is supposed to be good for text as well. Well, I figured it was a game. Smiley face. Just I was wondering, like, what quiz or what do you have questions or like are we starting the quiz? Is that's what's happening? I don't know what's going on. Okay, cool. Let's get back to where the heck was I? Here. Okay, that's done. So let's do Quen 2.5 latest. I think this one is 7 billion. Okay. And then we don't need to be here. Okay. And I just want to grab the, what was it? Code Llama. Whoops. Code Llama latest. Just have a few models. Oh, this is fun. Glad everybody's hanging today. It's streaming is always weird because not everybody streams at the same time. Not everybody, you know, is on to watch when you stream. So it's like, but that said, you just kind of have to say, screw it. This is when I can stream, and if people show up, awesome. And looks like folks are showing up, which is great. All right. So let's just add the code llama and then I think we're good. Yeah. See, that's the other thing, violated sign to your point. Like, you know, I know some Linux command like, it's not like I can't do anything, it's just I wanna get deeper into the networking. I basically wanna have a lot of the Linux commands just, like, instinctual when I'm typing. Because like, right now, I'm still, like, ChatGPTing or occasionally Googling, to find out some of the commands. So, you know, just because 1, it's just good to know, but also it's relevant to my work, so all right, so we've got these 3 models installed now. So if I refresh, did that finish? Almost done? Yeah, we went oh, okay, let's refresh. So got 14 billion. Let me refresh again. Okay, yes, we got Code Llama latest, all that stuff. Okay. Oh, I refreshed it and it's restarting it. So let's just stop that. Oh, that's the other thing. You can use voice. So let's do this. Let's switch to Code Llama and I'll just say permission denied when accessing. Oh, that's rough. Okay, I'll figure that out later. But cool. I think I'm gonna wrap things up here for today. But like I said, I'm gonna be streaming every weekday. Fridays, not sure the time yet, but all the other days, it's gonna be either 9:30 or 10. I'm not. I think I'll keep it at 9:30. And yeah, so I run all of my Docker stuff on TrueNAS machine. Cool, cool. Um, yeah, no, thanks for all the stuff you mentioned there, JCC Palmer, and everybody else in the chat. Appreciate it. Great to see you, Lady Blue Notes. Violated sign. If you wanted to show me your AI stack sometime there, drop me a message on Discord. We can chat and stuff. If you want to hop on the live stream, we can do that too. But no worries if not. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.